What's going on, guys? Finally got a chance to check out Nosferatu, one of the last films I will see of the 2024 year. Does it live up to the hype that it is getting? Let's dive in. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Movie Dive. Today we're diving into Robert Eggers' new film, Nosferatu. Now, I got the popcorn bucket at AMC. The fun thing is that it is Christmas Day today. I don't have to be at my family's till later in the evening, so I was like, why don't I go to a 9:30 a.m. showing of Nosferatu? As I was getting back to my place, there was a nice elderly couple walking by, and they saw me holding this, and they thought it was a present. They're like, did you get everything you wanted? And I was like, only if you knew. Now, before we get into the film, do not forget to subscribe to the Movie Dive. I'll be giving away free $50 gift cards to one out of every 100 subscribers. Comment down below for a higher chance of winning, and only one winner per month. So how do you feel about Robert Eggers? Are you a huge fan of his? Do you love The Witch? Some people consider that one of their scariest movies of all time. It is one of my top 10 horror films of all time, I believe. He's got other great movies. He's got The Lighthouse. Most recently, he had The Northman come out that some people felt was a little too in the mainstream category. He's definitely solidified himself with having a certain style and aesthetic to his movies that it doesn't seem like other directors have. Nosferatu is on the list of most anticipated movies of the year, basically because of the trailer. I thought it looked pretty insane. I loved how that trailer was cut together. I was eagerly waiting to see it, and as I said before, got an early morning showing here on Christmas Day. Now, I will say I am glad that I get to celebrate Christmas later today and forget about the experience of watching this movie, not because the movie was bad, but because it's just such a diabolically long and insane movie. Now, yeah, the cinematography in this movie is great. The style of this movie is amazing. There's a lot of natural lighting that occurs in this film, and you definitely feel that while watching it. Now, at the leads of this film, we've got a lot of actors in this one. Lily Rose Depp, I believe, would be the main lead of this film, playing Ellen Hunter, and she does a pretty terrific job. She's got to do a lot of stuff with her body in terms of acting and a lot of over-the-top terrifying scenes, and I think she pulls it off really well in this film. Now, we also in this movie have Nicholas Hault. He is one of the other leads in this film, playing Thomas, who is sent off not knowing that he's going to meet face-to-face with Nosferatu and bring the evilness to his own hometown. And that evilness, Nosferatu, is played by Bill Skarsgård. This guy just seems to be the master of playing in some evil shit type movies. You wouldn't even recognize him in this movie if you saw him. I mean, if I saw this movie and didn't know he was playing in it, I would have no idea that's even him. Feels like in the last, I don't know how many years, every time there is a Dracula movie, it doesn't feel like it's pure evil coming out of the Dracula side. There's always some kind of satire with it, or it doesn't take itself too seriously. This one certainly does. Nosferatu is purely evil in this film, and he is out to cause devastation on everyone. The cinematography and look of this movie is just what keeps you going and engaged in this film. It feels very Shakespearean. As all the trailers for this movie said, succumb to the darkness, as you certainly feel you are in just a world of pure dread and darkness as you are watching this film. Robert Eggers has been very good at all times doing that, specifically with the movie The Witch, as I remember I was feeling like I was in despair the whole time watching that film. You get that same sense while watching Nosferatu as well. I wouldn't say it's some kind of film that you consider terrifying or anything, but you do feel unease throughout the whole runtime of this movie. I would lie to you if I said I didn't feel a little bit of the runtime of this film. There was some time in the middle of the film I felt a little bit of a lull. However, it picks up pretty heavily once again towards the end of the movie. Aaron Taylor Johnson is in this movie. Thank God for him. He's probably really happy that Nosferatu comes out today to erase Craven out of everyone's minds from 2 weeks ago, even though no one was thinking about that movie anyway. To be in this film, you got to be a top-notch actor pretty much, because Robert Eggers is asking a lot from you, and I would say every actor does deliver in this film. I don't feel like there's any shot in this movie that takes you out of the film and makes you feel like it's fake or you're watching a movie. It all feels pretty real and pretty dreary throughout the runtime. There's certain blood shots where I'm like, damn, how do they even do that? It's pretty cool to look at. And I would say if you like Robert Eggers' other films, you're going to love Nosferatu. If it's not your style of movie, this isn't going to sway you, because this film is as intense or more intense than his previous movies. I would say out of all the films he has made, Nosferatu leans the most into the horror element. So I definitely think Nosferatu is one of the best films of the year. I want to check it out one more time to really get my thoughts around everything that's going on in this movie, because there is a lot to unpack in it. So I'm going to go ahead and give Nosferatu an 80 out of 100. It gets some points knocked off again for that middle lull that goes on, but again, it really picks up towards the end of the movie. What did you guys think about Nosferatu? Did you see it? Comment down below, and have a great holidays, everyone. Go Devils. We will see you next time on the Movie Dive.